Let's learn how to crochet a baby hat with ear flaps. We'll start the hat with a magic ring or adjustable circle, and then you'll chain 2, which will count as our first double crochet, and work 11 more double crochet into the magic ring for a total of 12 double crochet. Today I'm using the Estelle Highland Alpaca chunky yarn. You're able to use a 4-weight or 5-weight chunky yarn. You'll need a 5mm crochet hook, yarn needle, and scissors. Round 2 will be an increase round. So you'll slip stitch into the top, chain 2, and then you'll work another double crochet into the same spot as your chain 2, and then you'll work 2 double crochet into each stitch around for a total of 24 double crochet when you include that chain 2 at the beginning. Round 3 is an increase round, so you'll slip stitch into the top of your previous chain 2, chain 2 again, which will count as our first double crochet, and then you'll work an increase into the next stitch, which is 2 double crochet into the same stitch, and then you'll work a single double crochet and then 2 double crochet into the next stitch as our increase pattern, and you'll want a total of 36 stitches at the end when you include that chain 2 from the beginning. All right. Round 4 is an increase round. We'll slip stitch into the top of our previous chain 2, chain 2 again, which will count as 1 double crochet. You'll work another single double crochet and then an increase into the 3rd stitch. And that will be our increase pattern. Rounds 5 to 11 is where we'll make up the length of our crochet baby hat. It's a total of 7 rounds, however you are able to adjust it to whatever works best for you. In order to start the round, you'll slip stitch into the top of the previous chain 2, chain 2 again, which will count as 1 double crochet, and then you'll work 47 double crochet around for 48 total when you count that previous chain 2, and you'll work that for 7 rounds. For round 12, we'll slip stitch into the top of the previous chain 2 again, which will count as 1 half double crochet, and then we'll work 47 half double crochet for a total of 48 around when we include the first chain 2. And in order to work the half double crochet, you'll yarn over, insert your hook through the stitch, yarn over again, and then you'll pull up through all 3 loops. And that's the half double crochet. If you'd like an expanded tutorial, I'll leave a link in the description box below. Wonderful work so far. Now we're going to start on the brim of the hat. For the brim of the hat, we're going to slip stitch into the previous chain 2 again, which will count as 1 double crochet. And you're going to turn your work inside out, and you're now going to work 47 double crochet into the back loops only, which will help the brim flip up. So you're going to work into the back loops only for a total of 48 when you include that first chain 2. Great job. Now this is your choose your own adventure, where you get to choose how you'd like the brim to look. If you would like the brim to look uniform to the hat, then you can work 47 double crochet for 3 more rounds, right? Rounds 14, 15, and 16. Or you're able to choose your other adventure, where if you want a more ridged pattern and a more textured pattern to your brim, then you can work into the back loops only. You'll work 47 double crochet into the back loops only, which will give you a really nice ridge texture. That's the one that I'm going to be showing today. Here we are. For round 17, we're going to be working a single crochet into the back loops only of our stitches. I like to work 46 single crochet into the back loops only, and then work a single crochet under both loops into the last stitch so that it holds tighter when I'm weaving in my ends. What I like to do when I get to the end of the round is to work 2 single crochet just to secure it across the join line there. And here we have the cute little baby cap. You're able to turn your work right side in. You'll cut your yarn tail and then weave in your ends in a zigzag pattern. And here's our crochet baby hat. It looks super cute. I think it would be a wonderful winter gift on its own. And if you'd like to add ear flaps, I'm going through the pattern up next. If you're starting at the back of your work, you will count 6 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then the next 10 stitches will be for the ear flap. So you'll mark the 7th stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then you'll put your stitch marker in that 10th stitch. And then you'll count 16 stitches across the front of the hat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. You'll put your stitch marker into that 17th stitch, and then you'll count 10, including your stitch marker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 for your next ear flap, and then you'll have 6 stitches to the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it'll be 12 stitches across the back, 10 for each ear flap, 16 stitches across the front. For the right ear flap, you will add your yarn at the beginning at the top of the hat, and you'll want to be working towards the back of the hat, okay? Alright, to start our ear flap pattern, you're going to chain 1 with your new yarn, and you're going to start at the forehead of the cap, working towards the back of the cap, and you want your row 1 to be along the inside of your work, and then it will be the opposite when you start the left flap. But for the right flap, we're going to work from the forehead towards the back of the cap, and it will be rows 1 through 3 are going to be 10 single crochet, and you'll just chain 1 and turn your work between each row. Alright, I am going to show each row, or if you'd like to meet me, I can add the timestamp below. For row 2, you're going to turn your work, chain 1, and we'll single crochet across. Now we'll be facing the front of our work should be facing us for 10 single crochet. I'll see you at the end. For row 3, you'll turn your work, chain 1, and work 10 single crochet, and we'll be across the inside of our work. Welcome back. For row 4, we're going to turn our work, chain 2, which will not count as a double crochet, where it will count as our turning chain, and we're going to work 10 double crochet across the front of our work. Row 5, we'll turn our work, chain 1, and work 10 single crochet across the inside of our work. Now for row 6, we'll begin our front post double crochet pattern. In order to do this, we'll turn our work, chain 1, and single crochet into the first stitch. We'll yarn over and work a front post double crochet under the first double crochet that's 2 rows below. If you'd like an expanded tutorial on how to work the front post double crochet, I'll provide a link in the description box below. And then you will work a single crochet into the next stitch and then a front post double crochet following, and that will be our pattern. So you'll end up with 5 front post double crochet total, and your last stitch will be a single crochet. So your front post double crochet will be on the inside, and then you'll have your turning chains on either side. Row 7, we'll turn our work, chain 1, and work 10 single crochet across the back of our work. Row 8, we'll turn our work, chain 1, and work the front post double crochet pattern again across for a total of 5 front post double crochet. Row 9, we'll turn our work, chain 1, and work 10 single crochet across our row. Row 10, we'll turn our work, chain 1, and work the front post double crochet pattern again for a total of 5 front post double crochet across our work. Great job! Now here is where the ear flap stops in this pattern. However, if you'd like to continue and make it a little bit longer, you're able to adjust the pattern as you'd like. And now to work the border of the ear flap. This is not an exact science. I tried to make it 10 stitches on each side. However, if you end up with 11 stitches on each side, that's okay too. You just want to make sure it's 11 on each side and then each ear flap matches. So to start, we're going to chain 1 and work 10 single crochet on the shortest side of the ear flap towards the brim of the cap, and we're going to be working on the front of our work, the outside of our work. And then when you get to the end of those 10 single crochet, you'll work a slip stitch into the first available stitch on the brim of your hat. Once we reach the brim of the hat and worked our slip stitch, we'll turn our work, chain 1, and then you'll work 10 single crochet on each side of the ear flap, working a chain 1 at each corner, and you want to be on the inside of your work. This will help you when you work the left ear flap as well, so when you're doing your border of single crochet, you want the inside of your work to be facing you. And now that we've worked our row of single crochet, we'll slip stitch into the next available stitch on the brim, turn our work, chain 1, and then we're going to work double crochet along the border row. Here you'll note I did a chain 1 instead of a chain 2 because I find it just creates a more gradual line for the ear flap from the brim of the hat to the ear flap, so that's why I did a chain 1. And then you'll work double crochets along the brim of your hat, and what I like to do is put 2 double crochets at the beginning of each flap row. Okay, so that it helps to create a bit more of a square. Again, this is not an exact science. You might not be able to chain or to go into the chain 1s that we worked at the corner. Therefore, I just put the 2 double crochet before at the beginning and end of the rows so that it creates a nice square. Wonderful. Now that you've worked your border of double crochet, you can slip stitch into the next available stitch on your brim. Now we cut our yarn tail and weave in our ends. Hooray! You did it! You got the right ear flap done, and now it's time to make the left one. In order to make the left ear flap, you'll work the pattern the same. You'll just want to start at the back of your work when you add your yarn and work towards the front, okay? And here's our finished crochet baby hat with ear flaps. I hope you had a fun time making it. Subscribe for more crochet tutorials. Thank you for watching, and take care of yourself and each other.